Should be.
North Korea, they don't have this capability. It's not. China is not. It is not interested, not in their interest to allow this guy to provoke and get into a war with us. So that isn't quite accurate to say that they're in cahoots with China and they have nuclear bombs and all this sort of thing. And I think that we should allow South Korea to start having negotiations. Let China and Russia, they're involved more. They should be more involved than us. Let them.
And he's proving my point every day.
Why are we 6,000 to 7,000 miles away? Once again, we've been involved in a civil war that's been going on endlessly. It's time we stopped it.
Yes, it's time.
Let's be clear. I agree with you. I have 4 children. You've got a bunch of children. You've got a bunch of grandchildren and great-grandchildren, I'm told now. And I absolutely do not want us to have a nuclear war. I do not want this to happen.
Me either.
I understand that what you're saying is historically true. I'm simply pointing out that President Trump has been right on so many other issues.
No, he's not.
And I understand
you know
that
it. I know it.
The
American people know it.
He believes that the strategic appeasement, the strategic patience has run out, and that he's looking for some other way to get North Korea to come to the bargaining table. Hell, months ago, Rex Tillerson was saying, let's have talks, stop this rhetoric, and it only seemed to encourage Kim Jong-un. So I understand you can say we're ganging up on North Korea, and the people hurt are the poor folks in it. That's true. I'm not saying you're wrong. But what about the dictators? What about the horrible, evil leaders of the nation? What are we supposed to do about them?
Alex comes right back to his original point. There's a boogeyman out there. And yeah, we may have horrible boogeymen here, but we need to take those bad men out over there who are threatening our so-called democracy. This is the kind of talk that got us into Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iran, you name it. This is banker talk. All wars are bankers' wars. And their mantra is, there's someone out there threatening your way of life, and we must empower the military-industrial complex to go after them and keep us safe.
Alex, you're speaking for the neoconservatives. That's their line of talk of why we have to do this. And I'm just arguing it's totally unnecessary. It didn't work. You admit it didn't work in Vietnam. And we should have done that differently, and we're friends with them. We win more in peace than we do in war, but we've been in Korea. This whole thing is just based on a lot of misconceptions. I think our administration has accepted neocon lies, and they're going with it. But
and I agree with you.
Get into trouble because of the diplomacy and the tone and all this.
And I agree with you. So, in just a minute or two, because I have a few other questions.
Actually, Jones doesn't agree with Ron Paul at all. Why?
He never does.
He's too busy being a mouthpiece for the bankers as he toes the Trump party line. Listen to this clip of an interview posted by the YouTube channel The Conscious Resistance.
Can I just ask you one quick question?
Sure.
Is there any difference between Donald Trump and any of the other authoritarians?
No, well, there's differences. Conservatives and the liberals are authoritarians.
I agree.
And but they're different because they want to use their authority in different manners. But they're authoritarians and they're
different shades of authoritarian.
Yeah, and most of them blend together. See, and the other thing that people don't understand is there's too much bipartisanship in Washington. The Democrats and Republicans get along. They support all the wars. They support all the debt. They support all the Federal Reserve, all the bailouts. And that's where the real problem is they're together. But Nancy Pelosi and Boehner were best of friends. And you'd see them fighting and hollering, but they'd obstruct, and then at the end, they'd have an omnibus bill come up 5 minutes before Christmas. Oh, okay, pass it, and they get to write everything.
So it really is like wrestling. They're friends behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's fake. It's fake philosophically, but there is antagonism. Some of them grow to hate each other, but philosophically,
at the end of the day, they come together bipartisan to work against.
You have to think in terms of interventionism and non-intervention, authoritarianism versus liberty, voluntarism versus force. That's how you should be defined.
One more question. So you just named how both parties are working together. They're different shades of authoritarianism and superficially different. And you inspired millions of people around the world, I would say, and brought people to the message of liberty and to Rothbard and to anarchism for some people. seeing the authoritarianism that exists, do you think that there's any hope within the system? And if not, what would you suggest your supporters do?
I have tremendous hope because the system, the world will soon face a consequence of what the Soviets faced.
Yep.
We didn't have to. I grew up with the Cold War, was drafted for the Cuban crisis and the nukes were facing each other. And the Soviet system didn't collapse because we bombed them or fought them. There was no hot war. It failed because it was a failed idea. And our interventionism, our pseudo-capitalism, crony capitalism, our fiat system, it's going to fail. It's going to come down. And even though Washington makes a lot of noise and the media makes the noise, the real rumblings come from people that for the most part, that I'll meet here. Because you're dealing with something sort of outside the system and try to compensate for it. And these ideas, like I've always said, when a time has come, you can't stop an idea. The government can't stop it.
Is anarchism or self-governance the answer?
What's that?
Is anarchism or self-governance the answer?
Well, I like the word self-governance. I don't volunteer the word...
or voluntarism?
I like voluntarism. The more the merrier.
Do you think that's really the true answer? Like you said, this is an unsustainable system. If you gave one message to your supporters, what would it be?
Exactly how, if somebody comes in my house robbing me and I don't want to kill them and I arrest them, am I going to go out and find some source, to settle this dispute? No, I'm not an anarchist, but I'll tell you one thing. I went to Washington the first time in the 70s. I got involved in politics in the early 70s. But I would say that back then I was typical conservative Republican, and I probably would have endorsed, maybe 60, 70% of government and probably more military spending than I do now. And the longer I was there, and the longer I saw how the special interests are, the more I became aware of how wicked the government is. And the government is the fault.
Shit.
The government is the problem. The government starts the war. The people never start the war. People, just think of the Iraqi people and the American people. Leading up to that stupid war that's still going on. How many American citizens? Oh yeah, I'm anxious to get over there and shoot Iraqis who are 18 years old too. None of them.
We have more in common than we know.
Guys, as long as there's profit in war, there will be little incentive for peace. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your thoughts.
Oh my gosh, that is shocking. Wow. That's wild. The more that you spent time in Washington, D.C., the more corrupt it gets. Now, let's get into the comments, and then we'll have a talk for just a few minutes. So, school system brainwashed our youth. Well, I'll tell you one thing. It is true. And it says that the CIA, or AKA the bird, has virtually no oversight and the power to classify whatever it sees fit. Let's be fair. It is true that they do have the power, but at the same time, who put them there in the first place? That's the real question. And it's not who did it, who put them there. That's what we see right now. However, I do think it's true that our system is corrupt. And I think, let's call it True News, whatever that guy is. I forgot the guy's name, but he talked about a certain group of people that have too much power and they're corrupt. If you know what I'm talking about, comment down below who that guy is, because you know what I'm talking about. He exposed the fact that both politicians of both sides are corrupt. Just like Ron Paul did, just like what High Impact Flicks did, and people on X, Upscroll, which, by the way, I'm in it, by the way. I'm in one of those apps right now. The truth is, everybody wanted Ron Paul to be president. At least those that are awakened. But most people were still in red versus blue dodgeball game. And I was in it as well, but I didn't know any better back then. But now, years and years later, I see the entire truth. The best place to hide the truth is the mouth of liars. In the mouth of liars. Hear this out. The mouth of liars. You see what I highlighted right there? It's the mouth of liars. You see what that is? See what I highlighted? The mouth of liars. The mouth of liars, right there in the comments. That's the best place to hide it. It could be politicians, corporations, foreign governments, everything. With the way that we're seeing with the Epstein files, I'm not surprised that it's being redacted or, let's just say, classified. I'm not surprised at all. It's all theater, folks. While they rolled out the 5G active denial system. Have fun while we crash and burn. Well, years and years later, the crash and burn is here, which I'll later talk about in the next few videos before it's too late. However, for someone that has remained neutral for the longest amount of time, I do think it's true that we have a lot of problems. Oh boy, do we have a lot of problems. So, here's my journey of being enlightened. And before we do that, I want to read a couple of the comments over there. And Jones is controlled opposition clown of the cray-cray Kool-Aid variety. And the most truthful of them all is that the left and right is a delusion. And here's the bonus comment. How is Ron Paul still alive talking like that? That's a very good question. And I'll talk about it right now. Comments over. You see, the truth about all this is that the main reason why Ron Paul is alive right now is because he has a purpose in life to expose what's going on. And there's not very many people his age that are willing to do that, which is quite commendable. You know who else did that? Our founding fathers, and including Benjamin Franklin. And now let's talk about the journey of enlightenment. So it all started out when I found out that both parties are corrupt. And the entire system that I grew up in was a lie. That's where I started out. And then another discovery has happened during this light is gold. I know that's crazy, but gold itself represents enlightenment. And the golden pill and the golden age, they represent enlightenment in everybody. Don't care what it is, don't care what religion or politics you're in. Enlightenment is enlightenment. You can't twist it either way, because if it gets twisted, it turns into darkness. That's especially true between Satanism, Christianity, and atheism. That's especially true in that sort of story. But at the exact same time, with everything going on and elections rolling out in, let's just say, in the next few months, weeks, who gives a damn at this point? Everybody's journey of enlightenment is different. No matter where you are in this world, it's completely different. And another truth that I discovered during my journey of the enlightenment is that not everyone is going to be there for you. Some will come and go. And the main thing for me during my journey is that I kept staying optimistic and hopeful. And that's one of the most important parts of true enlightenment, is being hopeful in a time of battle, chaos, and darkness. And it doesn't matter what it is. And especially with my porn addiction for who knows how long, the last 12 years, my gosh, it should have ended a long time ago. I always found a way to stay hopeful and never give up, which is what John Cena always says, is never give up and stay loyal. Or should I say, hustle, loyalty, and respect. Well, he had a great run last year, and now he's retired. Let's be fairly honest, ladies and gentlemen. We have to become the innovators of the future. Because if there's no innovators and if there's no one that's willing to stand up for what's right, There is no enlightenment. And it's up to you, not the government, not federal, state, or local. It's up to you to make the difference. It's not up to your friends. It's not up to your family or friends or anyone that you're around with. It's up to you to make the journey of enlightenment possible. And the best way to do it is to focus on you, remain neutral, and actually focus on what actually matters the most, especially in my life, and especially within, I don't know, the past 2 parts of the video of this Zoom meeting. It's very important to actually focus on what truly matters and accomplish them as much as possible. And yeah, that's my journey of enlightenment. I know it's been quite a crazy ride, especially with what's going on in my life and all the updates that I've just talked about. And before we get into it, I like to say thank you for watching this video. If it weren't for y'all, I wouldn't be here today. And if it weren't for my hopeful attitude and optimism in life and the way to stay calm as a stoic man, this channel wouldn't exist today. And especially within the past 10 plus years, it has been a crazy ride. And with that in mind, that's it for today. Like and share and comment down below and subscribe to the Alex Banister channel. I know we still have a milkshake link. I know both Project Masculinity and One Liberty Vision no longer existed, but its legacy will never be forgotten. And the Golden Age agenda and the Golden Pill and this agenda alone will never be forgotten. It'll just be repurposed, same agenda, different platform, different community name. So I haven't made a plan on what the new community is going to be, but in the next few videos, post and short, I will let you know as soon as possible. You'll be the first ones to know about it. So comment down below, new year, new me, and new enlightenment. Not only will this push videos like this, but this will push the algorithm and recommend this video down below or even the next one after this. And with that in mind, take the golden pill. The revolution is now. And I'll see you in the next video, innovator. Take care and good luck in a very challenging 2026. See y'all in the next video.
If you enjoy videos like this, and you're actually interested in videos like this one that just happened recently, do me a favor, like and share and comment down below and subscribe to this channel right here and right now. With that in mind, I'll see you in the next video, innovator.